which may not have Okoth, but it's the same person, Michael.
As we proceed, we'll have a way of confirming that Michael Adipo Okoth and Michael Adipo Okoth Oyugi are the same person.
Yes, it's the same person. In the particular instance of this ID, at the time when I got my first ID, they were limiting the names to 3. So I dropped Okoth from that. But my other documents like passports and all that have all my phone names.
Is so there a affidavit for the same?
Could you please repeat that, Honorable Chair?
Is there an affidavit confirming the same?
No, there's no affidavit.
So how do we know? Your passport, what's your passport reading? The all names?
It reads all of them.
You have a copy here?
Unfortunately, I don't have a copy, but I can subsequently provide it, even the original.
Anyway, by leave of the committee, we'll proceed, but we'll have to confirm that in one way or the other. There's a member who has whispered to me that I know him is the same Okoth and Oyugi. So let me rely on the member. Now, this appointment committee, we are going to vet you. We want you to feel free. But before we proceed, we want to subject you to taking an oath. Because we work like a high court. Because our work is that of quasi-judicial function. So we must take you through an oath. And we believe that whatever you're going to tell us is the truth and the truth. So clerk, please assist us. Take Ambassador Michael Adipo in the oath taking.
I, Mr. Michael Adipo Okoth Oyugi, do solemnly and sincerely swear that every word that I shall utter before this committee is the truth, nothing but the truth, and that every statement and declaration that I shall make shall be made conscientiously, believing the same to be true and according to the Oaths and Statutory Declarations Act. So help me God.
Mr. Michael, we have some few rules. In front of you, there is a pen and a book. So if maybe a member asks a question that you need to put down, you can put down easily. And then when you're using the microphone, when we give you a chance to speak, just press the button, you speak while, and when you are through responding, you just switch it off. Next to you, on your left, is the Sergeant at Arm, who will assist you. In case you need any assistance, you can just whisper to her, and then she will be able to assist you. We want you to feel free. If there is any question you've asked and you either not comfortable or you are not able to answer, just tell us to pass so that we maximize on the time. Now, because of time, I will introduce the members. Next to me is Herman Moses, who is the clerk of the committee. Asalia Melisha Jakuraro, the chair of the committee, the chairperson of the committee, and the speaker of the county assembly. The committee is an appointment committee. Now, on my extreme left is Honorable Nerea Kombo. Honorable Nerea Kombo is the MCA Manyata B, the Deputy Speaker and a member of the committee. Next to her is Honorable Eunice Alando, specially elected. Next to her is Honorable Caren Odhiambo, MCA Kaloleni Shaurimoyo, member of the committee. Then we have the Deputy Leader of Majority, Honorable Lumumba Wade, also an MCA of Southeast Nyakach. Then we have Zachary Okoyo, a member of the committee, MCA Central Kisumu Ward. Then Honorable Benadeka, MCA Kajulu Ward, a friend of the committee. On my extreme left at the back is the Leader of Majority, Honorable Ken Oko, who's a member representing Ahero Ward. Then next to him is the Chief Whip, Honorable Seth Kanga, who is also a member representing Market Milimani Ward. Next to Seth Kanga is Honorable Boyton Ratib, member representing Minyalenda A, and a friend of the committee. Then we have Honorable Seth Ogutu Okumu, member representing East Seme Ward, and a friend of the committee. I've introduced the center term. We have got our ICT team. The answered guys are behind the screen. They have our researcher there, Mr. Wade. Now, I have to tell you that the vetting is public. It's being watched. It's live. So we consider it a public vetting. We now want you to introduce yourself, but we are going to prescribe how you are going to introduce yourself. You tell us your name, your educational background, and I want you to be biased towards you proving to us that you satisfy the requirements of the Urban Areas and Cities Act 2011 and its amendment in 2019 in terms of you qualifying for the position that you've been nominated, that is to be a member of the Kisumu City Board. So basically I'm talking about your education experience, your work experience, and why you think you are qualified to be a member of the board. I think that one can take you 3 minutes to be precise. So your time starts now, but give us the original documents so that we look at them as you introduce yourself. Just give us all of them. We'll make sure that they come back to you. So your time starts now. As you answer everything, you'll be addressing the chairperson of the committee or the speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. My name is Michael Adipo, Okoth Oyugi. I was born in Nyalenda A, Koweno Market, and I went to school initially in Panpiri and then to Kibwe Boys. And I ended up in Lenana School and then joined the University of Nairobi, where I studied international relations and the French language. Thereafter, I joined the Ministry of Foreign Affairs as a career diplomat and a trainee diplomat. And I have worked in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs ever since, rising to become ambassador, first ambassador to Austria and the Hungary and Slovak Republic, and then subsequently ambassador to Spain. In between, I served in other ranks, but in the same ministry. Now, when I saw this advert for member of the Kisumu City Board, I thought that I would be qualified or fit to serve because first, I'm a native of the city, so to speak, and I understand the city very well from the days when I was a youngster up to today, much later when I'm a mature old fellow, so to speak, having retired from the public service. Now with this, I've accumulated a lot of experience, and it is that experience and knowledge that I believe would be useful to the city. And I say this because I have, amongst other things, lived in very good cities, cities that have won international awards as very livable because of the conditions of those cities and the way they have been managed. And this is notably the city of Vienna, which is the capital of Austria, and where I lived for 5 years. And this capital city, 3 times in a row, won the UN award for the most livable city in the world because of the way the city was managed and run in terms of infrastructure, anti-pollution measures, and so on and so forth. And also during my time in Austria, I attempted to link Kisumu city with a city in Austria called Linz, which was comparable and which I thought would result in a good partnership where a lot of exchanges and benefits would arise. So in a nutshell, I think my educational background, my experience and my exposure put me in a place to make a contribution to a city like Kisumu that is reaching out. We have seen activities in the city, such as the Afro Cities that is planned, and the Global Cities Forum that was held in Kisumu a couple of years ago. So this indicates that Kisumu is ripe and is reaching out for partnerships outside the country. And that is also part of my specialization in dealing with matters that touch on external affairs, external relations. So in a nutshell, Honorable Chair, that is why I think that I have the experience, knowledge, and background to make a contribution to the city. Thank you.
Where did you lose your certificate?
Now, I can't say exactly where. I suppose you are talking about my degree certificate. I used to move around with them. And sometimes I even took them with me to my stations abroad. And I realized some time back that I didn't have them when a time came to produce them. So that is why I went to seek an affirmation that I'm a bona fide graduate of the University of Nairobi. But I can't say exactly where I lost it because I really don't know, Honorable Chair.
Confirmation, but if you are hovering around with them, how comes it's only the degree certificate that got lost and the other ones are here?
Honorable Chair, that is a question that I really cannot answer. I'm not just sure where the certificate is. And how the others did not fall the same fate, I cannot say, Honorable Chair. But I can only strongly assert that I'm a bona fide graduate of the University of Nairobi.
Yeah, I have seen a confirmation from the university that you are a bona fide student of, I've been graduate of University of Nairobi. So, Honorable Leader of Majority.
Thank you, Chair. I have 2 questions. One, market linkages between rural producers and urban markets in Kisumu City are normally weak, leading to inefficiencies, higher costs, and limited access to markets for small-scale farmers. What strategies will you propose to strengthen as a member of the board, if given a chance? Will you propose to strengthen these market linkages? And how will you ensure that rural producers, especially from the marginalized areas, can benefit from Kisumu's growing urban demand?
I think you can have 2 minutes or even less.
Last question.
Yeah, answer them, ask them together.
Maybe after that, then you tell us your net worth.
Sorry, I didn't get the second question.
Your net worth. Net worth.
Net. Okay.
Your financial worth.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Now, on the first question about linkages rural, urban, and farmers, and how to strengthen the farmers and access, make sure that the producers benefit. I would, if I understood the question well, which I think I did, I would just say that one of the two key things I would say, providing extension services to these farmers around the city, and notably agricultural extension services that would help them improve their skills on the one hand, and on the other, also educate them about the market opportunities which are abundant in a large modern city like Kisumu. So some kind of extension services would be helpful in this regard. But I would also say that in addition to this, there's need to improve on the infrastructure, particularly road infrastructure and related infrastructure, so that these farmers are able to access the various markets easily. As it is now, I know that there are areas, outlying areas, where road infrastructure is not very good, and where you get clogged in, during the rainy season, like in not far from my neighborhood. So it is important to improve on this kind of infrastructure, but also educate the farmers on the opportunities. Thank you. So that is the first question. The second question about my net worth, I estimate it to be approximately 80 million Kenya shillings. Thank you, Honorable Member.
Kindly give the breakdown of the 80 million.
Honorable Chair, is 80 million, not billion, million, M. Now, I would say there is largely real estate comprising land and houses. And this I have around Nairobi, places like Itangela, down to Muranga, in Nakuru County, and also in Kisumu City itself, in my own ancestral area, where I have a house, and also up in Riyadh, up the hills. I also have land and a home, so to speak. And in Nairobi, I've got some rental premises. So this is largely what I have. But on top of this, I've also invested in treasury bonds that I, make some earnings from time to time. So that is roughly the breakdown of the property that comprise, my net worth.
Thank you. I was just confirming what you filled in the questionnaire, and I can see you are right. But where is this ancestral area?
It is behind Kowino Market in Nyalenda A. It's the Oyugi home, and the larger one was called Ochieng, not far from Kowino Market. Yes.
Okay, Ochieng, yeah. Thank you.
Honorable Caren.
Chair, on that chair, Kowino is in Nyalenda B, Nyalenda A, largely a city ward. You cannot call it a city ward your ancestral area. Being aware that you are going to serve in the city board, and the governor had decreed that within Nyalenda you cannot bury, you can go Yodala, those things you are saying ancestral. It's largely commercial and freehold. Why do you call it ancestral, yet you are going to sit in the city board if you qualify?
I think I want to protect the nominee. It's ancestral. It's only the activities that you are doing there that may be prohibited if there are rules and regulations are the same. But ancestral means where you were born, your origin. If I checked my dictionary well, then it means your origin. So I think I want to allow the nominee to avoid answering that. Honorable Caren.
Thank you, Chair. Ambassador, as a member of City Board, just in case you are given a chance, what are the policy, legal, and institutional reforms that you may propose to be undertaken by the board to improve management and administration within the city?
1 minute.
Thank you, Honorable Member. I would, from the top of my head, think of areas such as modernization, policies that target modernization. In this age of ICT, we need to modernize the systems of the city, whether it's revenue collection and others, so as to make things more efficient. But I would also stress on the importance of capacity building amongst the staff of the city, not just the board, but the employees of the city generally. Because capacity building is important. People have got to know what they're doing, what the targets, what the aims, and so on are. And then, of course, ICT comes in as a tool to be used in various aspects of managing the city. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Honorable Bumba.
Good morning or good morning. Ambassador. As Kisumu City continues to develop, managing urban sprawl and ensuring efficient land use are critical to maintaining the city's sustainability. What land use policies and urban planning strategies will you advocate for to control urban sprawl, promote compact city development, and ensure that land is used efficiently and equitably?
Thank you, Honorable Member. I would say that an important element in the subject of land use is correct zoning and strict enforcement of the zoning rules once these are determined. But above all this, the matter of engaging the public, because in what I've noticed around this city and in my particular area, is that there's a lot of what I alluded to earlier, but I was corrected, ancestral, approach towards land, and which may not work very well for a modern city. So correct zoning and strict implementation of that kind of zoning, but of course with the involvement of the public. And this is very important in this respect, to have a strong citizen fora for purposes of convincing the citizens to be partners in progress and development of the city. So it's important to also engage the citizenship robustly as a matter of policy and come up with efficient ways of running or engaging the citizen fora. So,
Thank you, Chair. To Mr. Okoth Oyugi. In relation to Article 185 of the Constitution and Section 85 of the County Government Act 2012, What is your opinion? What is your opinion on the principles of public participation and the necessity of the public participation in the management of the Kisumu city?
Thank you, Honorable Member. This is very important, and one could say it's a sine qua non, which means it is something that you cannot do without or avoid. You always have to consult the citizens and engage them and let them be part of the development of the city, as is also alluded to in policies such as integrated development. So it is something that is very, very important and which needs to be underscored all the time. And should I have the opportunity to serve on the board, it's something that I intend to really have at the forefront in my mind. Thank you, Honorable Member.
Thank you, Wood Koloa. We are happy to have you today. Most striking is your key capabilities. Number one, as accomplished lobbyist. Number two, as having strong abilities in leadership, nurturing harmonious working relationships, and with people of diverse backgrounds. And lastly, fluency in key foreign language and international partnerships. Kisumu County has faced a number of challenges, and a very recent challenge that may hamper investment is the Mbogi menace. There's a word Mbogi, I don't know whether you understand. This comprises of young adults, majorly those are coming from Nyalenda A, Manyata A and B, and Obwanga, who may have dropped out of school for one reason or the other. How are you going to work with these groups to make Kisumu a livable place worth boasting of, just as you're boasting of Vienna? Number two, what is your understanding of the difference between the defunct local authorities and the current city state that Kisumu is in? Thank you.
2 minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Yes, Mbogi, from my understanding, it also means music in slang or something like that. So I think I understand what you mean by Mbogi as young adults. Yes, this is, of course, a problem that we have across the country, but I notice you've singled out my area and Manyata and Obwanga and so on. Yes, I would say, and of course these young people, including those referred to as Gen Z, have recently made some mark on us, which is both positive and negative. But what's important is that they're there, and we cannot wish them away. And I think they're a potential force that needs to be tapped. So should I have the opportunity to serve on the board, they're a group that I believe should be targeted by, amongst other things, engaging in some kind of dialogue with them in their neighborhoods, with the aim of turning their energies to positive use, because they can make a contribution. Youth fora, for instance, is something that can be put in place, where youth can be engaged in the various parts of the city and see how they themselves would wish to make a positive contribution to the city. I think what's important is listening to them and providing them with a forum to air their views and their proposals. So my approach, should I have the opportunity, would be to move along those lines. Just engage the youth, find a fora or establish fora where we can dialogue. As for the other one, on the difference between the previous local administrations and the current ones, I see that there are probably two things I could quickly say are important. One is the question of empowerment. We see that the Constitution and the relevant acts have empowered the counties, urban areas, municipalities, and by giving them clear authority than before. And equally important is that this legislation has put the boundaries more clearly between the local authorities, if I might call them so, and the national government. So that's an important point that there is, including in areas such as budgeting and exercising control over their budget, and also exercising more authority over their jurisdiction. So those are, I would say, key differences. There are more, if one was to sit down and reflect further, but those are the ones I could point out that are important as of now, and they empower the local authorities to do certain things. Thank you.
Before we conclude, Ambassador, you started by saying that you saw the opportunity to apply for this position. Under which category did you apply for?
Sorry, could you repeat the question, please?
When you were introducing yourself, you said that you saw the opportunity to apply for the position of being a member of the Kisumu City Board. And as you are aware, as per the Urban Areas and Cities Act, there are different categories through which somebody can be a member of the board. So which category did you apply for?
I applied for the non-representative category, which means not representing any association or organization, but an open one. I would call it maybe freelance in quotes.
How many wards do you have in the city?
We have 35 wards.
How many wards do we have in Kisumu City?
Now, I must say I'm not sure about that, Honorable Chair, but maybe the 35 alluded to is the entire county.
You need to maybe praise yourself with that, because it's very important for you.
I certainly will do that, Honorable.
Now, we come to the conclusion of this. Process. I want to request the members that we have your CV. We are going to scrutinize it further as we retreat to make a decision. But I want to give you an opportunity if you have anything to ask or say to the committee.
Yeah.
Yes.
Proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. 2 or 3 things. First, I thank you very much. I thank members of the committee and through yourself for providing me with this opportunity to prove myself as a worthy candidate for this important position. And I don't know how it will be, but I remain hopeful that I may end up within the precincts of the board one day. And I'm grateful for that opportunity. I must also say that, if you allow me, Chair, that I know maybe this might be out of the way, but it's just to recognize all the members and also recognize my own ward member who is in the room. And again, it's been a big privilege for me to appear before a committee of the local representatives, those who are the first, literally the first point of call for us when we need to take up issues. But in terms of procedure or methodology, from the little experience I've had in applying for this position, is that I see a lot of heavy paperwork, hard copies involved. And I would have thought that maybe the Assembly and its committees would consider going digital, in the sense that some of these documents we could simply, as candidates, email them to the clerk's office, from where they can be picked and distributed. I duly followed the instructions that I got, as well as that we got as candidates, and it was quite a lot of paperwork that I went through. I'm not complaining. I did it. I know it was for good cause, but maybe it's a system that might be improved and maybe made more user-friendly. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair, for this opportunity to air.
Yeah, welcome. The paperwork is a requirement. When you want a good thing, you must also work harder. So, yeah. But we noted. Honorable Seth, what is it?
Chair, I just commend the nominee, Ambassador Michael Oyugi, Okoth, because from the look of things, he understands what he's going to do. If
Honorable
he so qualifies.
For the comment,
I want just to say something.
Just keep it for the committee will retreat.
So that he looks into it.
Is it a question or a comment?
It's just a comment. As a person who was born and bred in Kisumu, this is an issue, Mr. Chair. As people who are also born and bred in Kisumu, it's an issue which is really an issue. The issue of land in this area. The issue of freehold and leasehold. If we don't speak about it in a committee like this where we are vetting a potential chair of the city board, then we'll be doing a great disservice to the Kisumu people. As you are aware that at the moment, we have a problem of this issue of freehold and leasehold in our 14 wards. My ward is Market Milimani ward, but my rural home, ancestral home, is somewhere in Kolwa Central, whereby we have not exhausted the issue of freehold and leasehold as far as infrastructural development going on in those areas at the moment. Ambassador, you are aware that we are having serious infrastructural development in those areas without necessarily taking into consideration the sewerage systems in those areas. And as a result, if you are passing by Nairobi Road by night, you will hear a pungent smell coming from the sewer systems in those areas. If we don't address those issues as an assembly, as a city, as a county, then we have no business being there. Those are my comments, Chair. Thank you.
Chair, I don't think they require response. There is just bringing them to your attention. But I think it was touched a bit on question that was raised by Honorable Lumumba when he asked about, if I can recall, on the matters of land use policies and such like. The nominee is just bringing to your attention that you pick that in case the committee approves you. We are already past time, but I see you want to say something. 1 minute.
Yes, I agree very much with what Honorable Member for Milimani Ward has indicated. And he's talked of Nairobi Road when you hear pungent, you sense a pungent smell. I'll tell him that I'm acutely aware, just outside our home, we don't have to go to Nairobi Road, outside the fence, that pungent smell is there because there's a habit that when there are signs of rain, some people empty their pit latrines onto the pathways in the hope that the storm water would sweep it away. But they're not always correct in their prediction of rain. So I'm very much aware of that, and it's a matter that is right at the top of my mind. And I think if given the opportunity, is something I would try and get to the bottom of in the board. Thank you.
So I was saying that you didn't have to respond, just note it, because you were just accepting that you've had it. That's why I was saying, just take note. If you are given an opportunity, you give it as a priority. Honorable members, I want to release the nominee. Kindly check, Honorable Koyo, will have another time we can discuss as we retreat. You check if your documents are all there. The Secretary Tam will assist you. We wish you the best.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
Yeah.
I know my fate is in your hands. But I wish you all a good day. I know you are going to interview my other fellow candidates. Thank you very much.
Honorable, can you work very fast on the forms? Once you work on it, can you agree on, is it 10 minutes or 15 minutes break? Honorable Koyo, I was just trying to manage time. I know you have a question, but I'll give you priority in the next vetting. The friends of the committee, you know the rules of the committee. If you have a question, you must tell me. You may ask something that is contrary to what we are doing. So I must know what you want to ask. I can't risk. So you must tell me what you want to